Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see about DDL commands in SQL. In our previous videos we have seen about the introduction on SQL. Now we are going to see the commands in all the types of SQL commands. Okay, so let's move on to the topic. SQL commands. We know that SQL statement is divided into 4 categories. And the first one is a data definition language, that is called as a DDL, and the second one is data manipulation language, that is DML. Then third one is a data control language, that is DCL, and the final one, that is a transaction control language, is called as a TCL. Okay, so now in this video we are going to elaborate data definition language. About this we are going to see in detail what are all the commands available in that language, and what is the syntax, and what is the example, and for corresponding output for that particular example that we are going to see in this video. So let's move on to data definition language. Data definition language, that is called as a DDL. So it is a DDL is defining and modifying the data and its structure. Okay, using the DDL commands you can define and you can modify the data as well as its structure. Okay, data in the sense whatever values entered into the table, and the structure, the whole structure you can able to change, and you can define that, you can modify that. So these many operations you can do it using the commands in DDL. Okay, so and DDL is used to build and modify the structure of the table and its schema. You can modify the data as well as you can modify the structure or the basic schema itself. You can modify or you can able to define. So that you can able to do with the DDL commands. So let's see what are the commands available in DDL. Okay, so the first command which is present in DDL is create, drop, alter, rename, and truncate. So these are the commands available in DDL, that is create, drop, alter, rename, and truncate. So about these 5 commands we are going to see now. What is the syntax and example and its output we are going to see now. So first we will see about the create command. Okay, the purpose of the commands whatever available in this DDL and that corresponding command that we will see in this slide. Okay, so create command is used to create objects like tables, view, procedure, and etc. Okay, so this create command which is used to create object like a table, or you can view, or you can proceed, that whatever you can do it with the create command. Okay, you can create a table or you can create a view of that. Then what is the meaning of alter? Modification. Any modification if you want you can do it. So you can alter the structure, you can alter the definition of the existing objects, whatever is present in that table, that you can alter the structure as well as its definition. Okay, so rename in the sense you can rename the object, you can give a new name for that particular object. Okay, so drop. What is the meaning of drop? It will fetch the data. Okay, drop. So drops the database objects. And truncate in the sense it is like delete, but it is not actually, it is not a delete. We will know the difference between the delete and truncate at the end of this video. So truncate will remove all the records in the database table. Just make a note, students, it will remove all the records, not the structure. Okay, record in the sense it is a rows, whatever rows, how many rows are present in the table, that it will be removed using the command truncate, but it will not delete the entire structure of the table. Okay, so please make a note in it. Truncate is used to remove the records which is present in the database table. Okay, that is the difference between the delete and truncate. About this difference we will see in detail later videos. Okay, so now we know the difference of we know the purpose of each and every command which is present in the DDL. Now we will see it in a detailed way. Okay, So first we are going to see about the create command. So create command, as I said, you can able to create object in the database, and you can create a new table also. You can create a database as well as the table. So with the create command. So let's see what is the syntax of the create command. So first line will be the create table and table name. So this will be the optional, with whatever table you are going to create, and you will have some name for the table. That name has to come in this place. Okay, so create table name, then open brace, column 1 data type, column 2 data type, column 3 data type. About this data type already we have seen in our previous videos, right? Char, varchar, integer, float. Likewise, whatever column corresponding to that, you have to choose a data type. For example, if it is a mobile number, you have to choose integer, right? So what is the meaning of column? That already we have studied in the basic terms of DBMS, right? So column in the sense that attributes, each and every attributes. For example, if it is an employee table, what are the attributes will be there in the employee table? There will be employee ID, employee name, address, phone number, likewise. So these 4 are the attributes of employee table, right? So about that column you have to write, then data type you should write. Likewise, you will create a table. So let's see an example for this create. Okay. So in this example, we are going to create a table called person. Okay, what is the table name? Person. So in this, what are all the columns are there? How many columns are there? That is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 5 columns are there. They are person ID, last name, first name, address and city. So these are the attributes we are going to create in a table. Okay. So for person ID they have given a integer data type, and last name and first name, it is a varchar. You know the difference between the char and varchar, right? So if you don't know, please kindly watch the previous videos and then come and watch this video, then it will be very clear for you. Then the address field, that also comes under varchar, and city also they have chosen the varchar data type. So this is the way you have to write create command. Okay, so let's see what is the output for this example. So just look at here. We have created 5 columns, right? So that is a person ID, last name, first name, address and city. Students, please make a note. It has created a table alone. There is no data here. Can you see that? The table is empty. Only they have created the structure of the data, structure of the table. Okay. So using the create command, you cannot able to enter the datas, I mean the values, but you can create a basic structure of the table. How many columns are there? How many columns you want? What are the attributes you want? And what is the data type for that attribute? That you can define using this command. So students, please make a note. This create command is used to create a table structure. It will not enter the values to the table. Okay, so just keep that in your mind. For entering the values, we will use another one command that we will see in our later videos. So now about create command we have seen. Now let's move on to the next command, that is a drop command. By seeing this video itself, you may get some idea about drop command. So drop table statement is used to drop an existing table in a database. Okay. So syntax for drop command is drop table name. So as I said, table name, it's your choice. Okay. As per your wish, you can give any table name. That is your user choice. So drop table name. Now we will see the example for this drop command. Okay. So drop table shippers. Here we have used the table name shippers. So using this command, using this drop table shippers, the shippers table will be fetched from the database. So that is a use of usage of drop command. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. Next command is alter command. Alter. What is the meaning of alter? Alter in the sense you can modify anything. Okay, so you can add, you can delete, or you can modify the columns in existing table. Whatever table exists in the database, there you can add, you can delete, or you can modify the columns in an existing table. And it is used to add and drop various constraints. What is the meaning of constraints? It is a conditions. Okay, so you can add as well as you can drop the various constraints on the existing table. These are the two operations that you can be able to perform using the alter command. So let's see what is the syntax and example for this drop command. Syntax for alter command is alter table, table name, add column name and data type. So alter table is a syntax for the alter command, and table name, whichever table you are going to perform that particular operation, that table name you have to mention here. And what alteration we are going to make? We are going to add a column. Okay, we are going to add a column in that particular table. Okay, let's see the example for this alter command. So example for this alter command is alter table customers, add email varchar of 255. So customer table, in customer table we are going to add another one attribute called email. And what is the data type they have used for email? Varchar. Now can you understand the table name customers? In that table, customers table, we are going to make some alteration. That what alteration is? We are going to add another attribute another attribute named email, and data type of email is varchar. Okay, so this is the example for alter command. Now we will see the output. Here just look at this table. Already we have seen this in previous command, that is a drop command or create command. So in that the table name is person. Okay, so person ID, last name, first name, address and city is already there. Okay, so just this is the original table. Here we are going to perform a alteration, that is add column. Okay, by using this command, alter table person, this is a person table. That table only we are going to do some alteration. What alteration we are going to do? We are going to add date of birth column in the person table. Just look at this table. Already we have seen that there was ID, last name, first name, address and city in the previous, that is the original table. But here one more attribute is added, that is a date of birth, because of this command, alter command. Okay, so what is the data type they have used for date of birth? Date. Okay, so if you see that previous one, you can be able to see that person table. Just look at here there is only 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 5 attributes are there. But look at the output command, output table. In this output table we have seen that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So totally 6 attributes are here. So because of the alter command, in alter command we have used add attribute. So we have added an attribute in this alter command. Okay, so now we will move on to the next one, drop column. So in this drop command, the same alter command only we are seeing. In alter we have seen about the add column we have seen in that alter command, right? Now we are going to see about the drop column in the same alter command. In the same alter statement we have used the drop. We are doing the alteration on drop the command. That is the alteration. Okay, so let's see the syntax of this drop column. Okay, so this is the example for drop. Using alter we are going to drop a column. Okay, so the same table person, we are going to drop a column called date of birth. Okay, so drop command in the sense that date of birth, that particular column alone, it will be deleted. Okay, drop column date of birth, that will be deleted. So just look at here. In this person table, first we have seen that 6 attributes were there, no? But just look at here, ID, last name, first name, address and city. Only 5 attributes were there. Date of birth is not here because we have dropped that, right? We just omitted that's it. So this is the usage of alter command. You can able to do any modification. You can able to create as well as you can able to drop. Likewise, you can do some changes in that in the given table. Okay, whatever table is present in the database. So let's move on to the next command, that is a rename command. So rename in the sense you can change the name of the attribute or else you can change the name of the table. Just look at the syntax for a rename command. Rename old table name to new table name. Already we may use some name, but by mistake or for some other purpose we have to change the name. At that time you can able to perform this. Using this rename command, you can able to change your table name from the previous name to the new name. So this is the basic syntax of rename command. Let's see another one way to write the rename query. That is using the alter table. Alter command, you can able to perform this rename also. Alter table name. So what we are going to do, we have to change. Our main aim is to change the table name. So our main aim is to change the table name. So that only we are going to perform using the rename command. Using the rename command, what we will do, we will write the old table name to the new table name. The same thing we will do it with the alter command also. In alter command also we can able to change anything, right? We can create or we can delete, like that we can do it. So using the alter command, you have to write query in this way. Okay, this is a syntax using the alter command. So alter table name. So with this command we can alter the table name. Okay, so likewise you can able to do it. So let's see what is the next one. If you are using alter command, you have to write this 2 lines. Okay, you have to write this 2 lines, then only the command, the proper function will be run using this query. See, whenever you are using alter for renaming the table, you have to write these 2 lines. Okay, these 2 lines you have to write, because when you are writing these 2 lines, then only the corresponding output will be delivered to you. Otherwise it won't. Because alter table name, then rename to new table name. Okay, first it will alter the table name, then it will rename the new name. Whatever you have to change, that particular name will be renamed to that particular table. Okay, so this is a way to rename the table. There is 2 ways. One is a rename command, another one is using the alter command. You can able to rename your table. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Example for rename command. Okay, so here also we are going to see the 2 ways. The first one is a alter command. Using the alter command, we are going to perform a rename operation. So the first one, alter table students. Alter table students. We are going to change the student table name. The table name is a student, right? So the table name is student. That student name we are going to change it to artist. Okay, so by this command, the student table will be renamed to artist. Okay, so like this also you can perform the rename operation, or else there is another way that we have seen in the syntax. So using the rename command. Using the rename command, how to do that? Rename old table name to the new table name, right? So we know that old table name is student and new table name is artist. So just simply rename student to artist, then the table name will be renamed. Okay, this is the way to write command of rename. Okay, rename command you have to write like this. Now we are going to see the next command, that is a truncate command. So what is the meaning of truncate command? The truncate table command deletes the data inside a table but not the table itself. Okay. So this truncate command, it is used to delete all the rows from the table permanently. Okay, whatever you are doing with the truncate command, whatever you are deleting, it will be done permanently. Okay, this command is same as delete, but truncate command does not generate any rollback data. Okay, if you use the truncate command to delete something, it will not be rollback again. Okay, it will be done in a permanent way. Okay, you cannot able to do that undo or redo. That operation will not be possible if you are using truncate command for deleting any records or something else. You cannot able to get it back again. So that is the difference between the delete and truncate. Okay, so truncate table command deletes the data inside a table but not the table itself. It will delete only the data, not the entire table. Okay, so just make a note, students. It will delete the data inside a table but not the table itself, which means it will delete the values whichever is inserted in the table. That alone it can be deleted, but not the entire structure of the table will not be deleted by using the truncate command. And one more thing, if you done something using the truncate command, it will be a permanent change. You cannot get it back your records, whatever is deleted by the truncate command. Okay, so that is the difference between the truncate and delete. Now we will see the basic syntax of truncate command. The syntax is truncate table name. So truncate table is a syntax and table name is the user choice. Whichever table is going to truncate, that you can write it in that command. Okay, so let's see the example for this truncate command. Truncate table employee. Employee table will be truncate by this query. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Hint. Now we have seen so many commands, right? So how to remember the DDL commands? What are all the commands will be comes under DDL? How to remember that? Just using the word Dr. Cat, you can able to remember that. So D for drop, R for rename, C for create, A for alter, T for truncate. So students, please make a note and it will be quite interesting, and you can also come up with your own creation to remember very big concepts in a simple way. So that's all. In this video we have seen about the DDL commands and the syntax example and output regarding to that commands. So I hope you all enjoyed the session and you have learned something new in this day. So I hope it will be useful for you. If you have any doubts, kindly watch the video again and again, then you will get a clear knowledge on that. And finally, thanks for watching. Thank you.